Auri, Zume, we're live. Can you turn on your headbands now?
And it's really hard to talk when you're squishing my cheeks, hon.
Could everyone understand us now?
Testing, testing.
There it is. Hey, editor, cut out that first part, will you?
He won't.
So, anyway, we're playing golf with your friends again.
Yes, and I would say we're polishing up on that skill issue rather nicely.
I wonder how the others are doing, especially Auri.
I'm sure she's playing perfectly well with the other remaining protagonists.
What the bloody bullshit
I mean,
was that?
Vichwo is an emperor, and Raika was the leader of an NGO superpower. There's certainly a level of maturity that would be conducive to a game of fun.
We'll see.
Yeah, who am I kidding? Main character syndrome is gonna get all three of them at some point, isn't it?
They all at some point had an issue of pride in their own stories, didn't they? I'm sensing a pattern there.
Oh, Zuzu. We all were younger and more immature back in the novel.
Some of us still are.
What's that supposed to mean?
I said what I said, Daisy. Some of us still haven't let the Golden Maxim sink in, let alone any of the other life maxes.
Nox is talking about himself, but we all know this applies to more people than we'd like to admit. Daisy, don't pretend you still aren't throwing the occasional temper tantrum when something doesn't go quite your way.
I mean, Mom and Ashley told you guys how I was from the start, and you've known me since before I've awoken my dragon powers. You know I mean well and just want to be able to do my part in this world.
Yes, it doesn't change the fact that you're a real brat at the worst possible times.
Auri said it, not me.
Yes, and it's nothing you haven't heard from Zume before, Daisy. Now the question is how long it's gonna take for that to truly sink in.
Yes. We know I can call her ruckus when I want to. It's not always easy, you know?
What are you talking about? It's simply remembering that only God is infallible and unimpeachable. If you're not God, you can be stopped and you can be moved. It's really not hard to remember.
Perhaps the problem I have is that Zume is repeating that to me over and over again. Like, I get it the first time.
Do you? Do you actually get it? Because if you did, you wouldn't still be trying to tantrum and argue your way through reality, thinking your feelings can budge what is not in your control. And I know when you demonstrate how much you haven't learned that, because that's usually the part where you are then asking Zume and us for help with a situation you can't handle or can't stay calm enough to figure out.
No lies spoken, Day-Day. No lies spoken.
Hey! Whose side are you on, Zuzu?
The side that doesn't want to see you end up the way our ops have. The side that wants to see you taken seriously by not only my family, but also your own family and friends.
That's right, Daisy. Nox adhering to the Golden Maxim, if nothing else, is the reason he has integrated so well into Elsie culture and family life here as well. Me adhering to this Golden Maxim, especially as the lady of our household, is why our marriage is seemingly perfect as well.
A succinctly way of putting things, Auri. Trust me, she knows she is my beautiful queen. In many ways, I am the simp who managed to actually get the girl in the end. Which is to say that we both sometimes forget that Auri's feelings can't change reality. The secret is to get a hold of yourself before you do too much damage to too many aspects of your life.
That's what I mean every time I tell you to kill the attitude, Davy. Not to be mean and rude, but to remind you that the worst time to find out how fallible and stoppable you are is when you encounter a bigger brat than yourself, one who is willing to tantrum harder and for longer than you. And knowing how God operates, that could very easily be one of our daughters in their teenage years.
Oh dear, our daughters. You men have such a soft spot for them, but I implore you, please teach them the Golden Maxim. I swear that would eliminate most problems. facing modern women and marriage today. No, the sky is not blue to compliment your pretty little eyes.
May
The sun
Daddy
does not
rest in
rise to
power.
warm you up every morning, and the rain isn't there to stop you from going out. The only part of the world that cares about your feelings are your family and maybe some of your friends. I hated how much our father doted on me. You know that?
Oh, Auri, you know Dad was going to treat you differently because you're his only daughter. It's a wonder that you aren't spoiled, to be honest with you.
Well, Zume, that's only because, like you, I heeded the warnings of our dream training and decided that I did not want what my dream cells had in those life cycles. I noticed that no matter what my alternate selves did, consequences always found them in the end, especially when they acted like spoiled brats. Hence why in this waking world, you see me adhering to our life maxims so rigidly.
And that is precisely why it deserves to be the Golden Maxim. Simply put, you can be touched. You can be gotten to. There's a force out there that can budge you and an object that can impede you. No matter how difficult you think you are, there is something or someone out there willing to spend the effort. It's that moment of acknowledging that you are fallible, that true wisdom can be invited into your life.
It's also the moment things truly begin to go your way, mainly because you are now planning for the fact that things cannot go your way. Understanding the Golden Maxim is truly the moment you start making realistic plans. And when you start making realistic plans, you start getting good results.
I guess it's just easier said than done.
It usually is, Daisy. Those who excel put in the work to get it done. Those who don't, well, notice things still aren't easy for them. You really can't escape it.
Make no mistake, these are maxims we live by because, quite frankly, they are the only true way to live. You want proof? Just keep living and try to deviate from these maxims. Life will reroute you back to the Golden Maxim.
You know, it's not that you guys are wrong. I hate to say this in Zume's presence, but he's rarely, if ever, wrong. It's just, I don't know.
Hard for us women to admit our feelings can't move mountains. It's a nice fantasy to cling to, if nothing else.
If I haven't said this before, I'm gonna say this now. That is not to say us men don't struggle with it. Make no mistake, the Golden Maxim is for everyone, not just women, Daisy.
I can speak from experience, especially in my line of work. If more people understood that, the lunatic fringe patrol would no longer be necessary. For that matter, I would go so far as to say I would feel comfortable sharing BioWare with the general public.
Oh no, Nax. Sentient beings are just not ready for that kind of scientific breakthrough. Trust me, there are currently no right hands for BioWare to be in.
Ah yes, because BioWare is just used so responsibly even by its inventor, huh?
Well, I am a sentient being, so I really wasn't excluded from Auri's words there.
I was honestly expecting you to get more defensive there, Nox. Or is it just us you soften up around?
Well, you know how the Golden Maxim goes. Auri is my unstoppable force and insurmountable object. Given what all will transpire in my books and related media, just be happy that she is.
You know, how often do we play the other side of this to our villains and rogues galleries? You'd get the impression that we're some sort of invincible heroes from the games.
Invincible? Okay, I won't lie. I'm looking at the plans our creator is drawing up for our mobile games, and there's certainly an element of that in there, at least. This, of course, assumes the player is patient enough to play the tutorial levels. And if they are very much rewarded with a game where Zume, Nax, and I basically tear through enemies who honestly didn't consider that the Golden Maxim applies to everyone.
Yeah, there's a real lack of awareness of one's limitations in our enemies. That's ultimately the fatal flaw in all the villains seen in our novels. That is why evil eventually fails, even if we weren't around.
They really do bring it on themselves by acting as if victory was assured. Goodvibe in particular has that weakness. He has it bad. Though I'd say this also shows up in Zeke and Dr. Payne as well. By my second book, though, it appears at least Dr. Payne learned from our first encounter.
It also shows up in our creator's D&D campaign as well. I'm sensing a pattern here.
Of course, all links are in the description. That shameless plug aside, our creator really wants people to understand that, doesn't he?
Well, perhaps that is for good reason. Seriously, all of the other life maxims circle right back to the Golden Maxim, no matter how deeply we discuss them. Especially the ones about negotiating and doing unto others what you would not have done upon yourself.
Again, the root of all wisdom starts by recognizing you need it in the first place. Trust me when I say these maxims won't be of any use to those who think that they don't need them. There's always going to be those who think they can outrun reality or get one over actuality. It can, for a time, be fun to see them constantly struggle.
It sucks when it spells close to you, though. We don't laugh when it's one of our own having to go through it.
You could have fooled me, you know. Oh, don't give me that look, Suzu. I know where I went wrong.
You know, almost literally overnight did our problems go away once we started adhering to the maxims. Not that we still don't occasionally have issues, or deal with the random villain here and there that still pops up. But things just do not seem as hard as they once did. And I don't think it's just because our adventures in the novels are over either.
Man, imagine if Goodvibe or Eeyore or Scene could hear us saying this. I wonder how that makes them feel.
Probably the same way Vichuo feels when he sees you with me, or Nox with Auri, or Choto with Sissy, or Amara with anyone other than him.
Ha! It's funny how the Maasai Emperor, the youngest sovereign of the most powerful of the kingdoms of paradise, and supposedly the best looking of the main cast, yet can't seem to surmount the eemsy-weemsy obstacle of keeping the girl.
You'd think one of the two winners of the 2013 Master Challenge would have mastered the art of relating to the opposite sex, especially given how often he gets the opportunity.
Yeah, no offense, Nox,
Just
but
enough
as hot
taken
and
to
suave as Vichuo is, it just goes to show that there's always going to be a struggle, even when you think someone has the ultimate privilege.
It actually amazes me that Vichuo is still single. Like, I see him being the kind that could abuse women in public and still having them lined up to be with him if that were what he desired.
Well, at least Vichuo was wise enough to at least avoid going down the edgy bad boy rabbit hole.
I can't help but feel as if that was somehow directed at me in some way. Even as a teenager, I wasn't that angsty, was I?
How do I put this?
Oh, Nox Mox.
So anyway, we haven't really been having many skill issues in this game of golf. Though we are playing in one of the easier stages.
Yeah, I feel bad for Imara, because you know Vichuo chose the hardest stage and the most holes just to try and show off to her. And or one-up Raikou.
When a decent-looking or even just decently built female is involved, Vichuo honestly makes me look like a calm, collected, and well-adjusted, mature adult. You know it's bad when even I can immediately see this as a problem.
Even I don't turn on the forced edge as much as Vichuo does when he's showing out for the ladies. Surprised it didn't show up more than it did in the Master Challenge, in fact.
Make no mistake, Nox. It did. At least there he didn't let it stop him. As for what came about later...
Don't worry, I remember. Still have the talisman to prove it, too.
I do wonder what became of Zale and Malhorn.
I let them go, don't worry. Their morality appraisals didn't turn up anything crazy, so there was no need for me to put them down.
Oh, Nox. Looks like you were indeed adhering to the Golden Maxim even back then.
I didn't really have a name for it back then, no. I didn't really think anyone besides myself even had the same philosophy as I did until I really got to know you on a personal level, Auri. And boy, am I happy that I did.
I wish things like that were easier to learn.
Oh, it actually is, Daisy. When you're tired of getting slammed on and reamed out, you start to really understand the Golden Maxim's lesson, even if you don't necessarily have a name for it.
You know, it's honestly hilarious seeing the villains fail because of this. The answer to their problems is literally staring them in the face, yet they would rather lose and say, "Fuck you," than win by using the tools of those who win.
Hence, Daisy, while you have never seen Zume and I just suffer a complete and total setback, you know how you always say Zume seems to be in control and nothing seems to get to him, especially when you yourself are seeming to lose your mind? Nax can tell you firsthand, this is only because Zume adheres to the lessons of the Golden Maxim, same as I do. And by that, we mean that if we ever don't adhere to the Golden Maxim, you will notice that things start to go wrong for us as well.
Admittedly, I've only ever seen this happen a few times, but man, when it does, you and Zume fail spectacularly. I imagine the villain's going to be around to gloat about your failures too.
And that right there sums up why our failures don't last. Those opposed to us are too busy laughing at our failures and trying to torment us as long as they can to realize that they need to fortify themselves against that same failure lest it happen to them as well. And it will get its chance to happen, because nobody is perfect. Soon enough, it will be our turn to laugh. And when it is, they never handle it nearly as well as we do.
No, they don't. They tantrum like...
Like how your mom and sister say that you do?
I really wish you'd have said that a different way.
No. Nax said it exactly as it should have been said. We sometimes need to hear it stated bluntly. Speaking of, we should probably get ready to hear Nax and Zume explain the first universal's exception in their rather dulcet tones.
I don't know. The viewer probably needs a break from all the wisdom you three tend to drop.
I mean, if you say so, I'll give them a break.
Besides, we're about done with this game anyway. I imagine the viewers want to see something new right about here.
So, next time?
Next time.